guys, we're back.
Hi.
We have a good episode for you today. We're going to talk about some things that a lot of people have been asking, and we got some good food here. So let's get into this podcast. First, we want to give a bit of an introduction, and then we're going to talk about the things we have to do on the boat to get it ready for the sailing season. And we want to also give you guys an idea about what to expect from sailing into Nirvana for the future. So stay with us here. Hey, I'm Rodney. This is Cyndi. So we have been asked a lot of questions, so we made this episode to answer some of those questions.
Who are we? Who are we?
Who are we? I'll give you a little history. I've been on the lake for some time. My parents were weekend warriors out at Grapevine Lake. The times were different back then. A lot of people were at lakes all the time, packed. There was a lot of camping going on. Primitive style campers, RVs, you name it. Everybody had boats. My dad was into sailing, and he had got a sailboat, and we had a couple of them. We had a 22-footer and then a 16-foot sunfish, which I learned to sail on. And that's what we did. We went out to the lake on the weekends and, made food, camping style. And so I did learn boating and sailing from my dad. Over the years, we've been on the water at night. We've been on the water in the morning, in the day. We've actually, it was a trailer boat, and we could take it to Benbrook, Texoma, different lakes, put it in, go with different people. And he was part of a sailing club in Grapevine, in which we did just that. A lot of people would have these meetups, and we would all go to an island like in Texoma and have a big jamboree going on, all the kids, everything. It was really fun. So I experienced that early on through elementary and junior high years. I remember one day I looked out and I said, well, why are those boats not over here on the island? Why are they so far out? And he says, my dad says, well, this is where they have a large keel under them. They can't get up that close. Because his boat, you could retract the keel up and down. And they had to dinghy in, had a raft, and had to come in. So we actually got to tour one of them. We went out there and got on it. And in fact, that was in probably 1983. And that's exactly what this boat is. This is that boat that I toured in 83. This is an 83 Catalina sailboat. And so it's a classic boat. And so, moving forward, I'm going to have to say that I went into construction. I learned engineering from, the ground up. And I learned all the things that I need to do.
Like roofing and...
Right, the construction aspect,
framing,
electrical, plumbing, framing. So I learned all this stuff and built these experiences. And I wasn't much on the lake. Later on, I got married, had kids. They're all grown now. Moved out to Lake Palestine, started bass fishing. I've had a couple awesome bass boats, done tournaments, went that route, and always loved the water, and always wanted to be around the water, on the water, anything to do with the water. So basically, kids are grown, time of life is different now, and I decided, well, I'm going to I'm going to get that sailboat. And so I started looking. It took a couple years, and I found it here. Came out here and transferred my employment from out there, East Texas, over to here, and started working over here with my company. It's a large hotel management company, all the major brands, and around this area. And so basically, got this boat, Dream Boat, started fixing it up for a year, and then I just decided, well, I don't, do I get an apartment? What do I do? I'm out and about in hotels, traveling. I'm here some of the time, and so it was a perfect lifestyle for me. I get to do engineering. I get to do projects every day, repairing things, and that keeps me busy as my occupation. Allows me to do this. But so I want to say that, to say who am I kind of have to tell you what I've done and what I am doing currently. So I'll bring you up to speed there. But what's your story, Cyndi?
So I was born and raised in New Mexico, and we didn't spend a lot of time at the lake. We would go to the lake. I always enjoyed my time at the lake. I always wanted to be around water, but where I lived there was no water anywhere. We had to travel to get to it. I had no boating experience as far as what you need to do, to be on the boat. Captains teach me. Back we did a lot more camping. We did a lot more of that type of thing, just not. And then we go travel and go to the lake, or go to the ocean. I have a lot of family in California, so we spent a lot of vacations out at the beach. And so my whole life, I had every intention of moving out of the desert into an ocean area. And so, got married, I had kids. They're all grown now as well, and just like him, in a very different time of life. And so what do I want to do and where do I want to be? And I don't know, 6-7 years ago, I decided to go back to school and get my master's, and was able to do an early retirement from the place I was at, and got to travel a little bit to try and find these areas. Where would I want to live? Where do I want to be at for this next part of my life? And ended up coming here, and I have family here, and I enjoyed the area and stayed. And so I've been here ever since. I was intending on going out to the beach, the Gulf, in that area, and then met him, and I'm like, you know what? This is a body of water, and it's peaceful, and I love it, and so I couldn't be happier with the area that I'm in. So that's what I did. I work currently. I work as a procurement officer at a city government agency, and pretty much just hang out with friends and family when I'm not at work. Not sure what else there is really.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How did we meet?
Okay. So we both met on a dating app.
Right.
And there was he was on it before me, apparently, for a little while.
A little while.
Yeah. I was on it.
That didn't go all that well, but it is now.
I got on the dating app, and ended up seeing him like the first day that I got on there to see responses, and I really wasn't a fan of the dating app. It stressed me out and overwhelmed me, and so I was really only on it for about 2 days tops, and we started talking from that, and got off the dating app and switched phone numbers and just decided to see where things go, and here we are. What? 8.5 months later.
Right.
Really enjoying everything.
I put directly on my profile this.
He did.
And then I said,
did.
okay, here's what I do. My story basically is like that in shorter form. And I said, I did this, and here's what I'm doing now. And I put the pictures, and I said, here's this kind of lake lifestyle that I like. And I'm looking for someone who likes the same and likes the lifestyle and adventure,
Yes.
and I'm looking for a first mate for the boat,
Yes.
and possibly a forever mate.
He did.
And I put that out there, and I was hoping somebody would like it. And
yeah, he did. And I was like, I'm gonna see what this is about. Because I had my eyes. I was very objective. And even if things didn't work out, like I meet some people and you end up becoming friends, and that could open up new opportunities. So I was just kind of going at it as
just being open.
Yeah, let's see what this is. Let's see where this goes. I'm huge on adventure. I love adventure, and so the fact that we both share the same viewpoint of life being an adventure, every little thing you do is an adventure, and we see it that way. And it's
I was
huge.
just looking for an attractive woman.
So I'm learning how to be a first mate.
Right.
And a forever mate.
Okay. So, no, I get it. Yeah, we've explained that to a lot of people, but we've been asked the question. Kind of we explain it to you guys on our channel because a lot of people they don't know us personally. So maybe you can get a little more personal with these kind of stories. So, we're gonna do this. We're gonna eat this food and do some more chatting about this type of thing.
And don't make fun of me because I am still learning how to do chopsticks. I did not know how to. He taught me how to do this.
Right.
So it might take me a minute. It might take me a minute. Don't make fun of me.
Right. Next question we've been asked, and so here's a reply. Why are we doing this? And
the
channel. Why are we doing Sailing into Nirvana, the channel? And it kind of goes back to that first question, who we are. Why wouldn't we do this?
Right.
We're gonna go in and use this time as an outlet to say, hey, this is who we are, and we're going to put it out there, and that's pretty much make a channel out of it so we can have an outlet to do this type of digital media. I personally have that type of lake experience that I want to share it with everybody.
What do you want to share?
Well, I have cooking, for example. I like to cook. I like to make recipes and try innovate different things. So this is the perfect outlet for that. I can go in and make food and try different things in the galley. It's a comfort zone. I have that.
It's art.
It's art. It's culinary arts, and self-proclaimed chef.
Yes.
But it's an outlet that I can create that digitally and pass that along. Of some of the things like this. This is a jalapeno shrimp dish, but it has seaweed, and it has a teriyaki cream sauce. Don't eat much noodles and rice, but this is like perfect. It's kind of like putting greens in here, but it don't taste like greens. It's seaweed. It has a great flavor.
Very good.
Anyway, so this is one of my specialties, the captain's jalapeno shrimp.
That's right.
Right? Okay. So there's that, and then I have, of course, sailing. We're going to be out. This is the winter months, and we're going to be out sailing and doing all that on the water. Future videos. We're going to have some great videos with us and friends out on the water and all the shenanigans that go with it. And then ultimately, we can look back on this and go, oh, hey, this is what we did. We kind of document our lifestyle. We document this. We look back. One day we'll look back and go,
we're pretty
right?
cool. Yep, here. We're pretty cool.
Okay, so what about you, Cyndi?
I like the channel because, one, I'm learning to sell, and so getting to experience that and see it put out for other people to draw off the same thing, it's kind of cool. And I'm big on photography and videography, and so this allows, putting together some of the content and stuff allows me to be creative in that way. It's a good outlet for this.
Oh yeah, she's the TikTok manager. So
no, there's not. He manages everything. Anyway,
I managed to hand it off to you. So,
so but yeah, I like to play around and explore that kind of thing. So it's letting me be creative in my own right, and I love to eat. And watching him put together things, it's amazing to see, and I get to taste it before he puts it up as a recipe for you guys.
guinea pig.
I can attest to everything he's done. There's never been anything that I have not thoroughly enjoyed. And so getting to see him create in that way is pretty fun too. So I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole thing about it.
Okay. There you have it. All right. Next question. What's going on in the future for our channel? Well, it's gonna be a good year. We have some good things planned. We're getting ready for the sailing season, and we've got to get this boat ready. So that's number one. Going forward, get it all ship shape. Right now, we're in kind of like house mode. It's cold, not out on the lake much. In the future, we're going to have meetups. Okay, so what we're trying to do is get a lot of people back involved in sailing.
Yes.
Okay, so what we want to do is I'll have a meetup, friends out here at the lake, and we'll, just experience all this stuff together. I'm putting those together. I'd like to do one once a month, but I don't know. It's always weather related on the weekends, so
Right.
I'm going to have to build a membership. I want to have to be able to put out an alert and say, okay, in these few days coming, we're going to do this. And you want to join us, come out, come and go.
Yeah.
So I want to really focus on also a couple major events, maybe at the park. Maybe, I want to do some barbecue. I want to do some fun activities. Kids can come. Everybody comes out. I want to do that this summer, and just to, get everybody out in the sun at the lake, kind of like what I remember when I was a kid.
The same. Families
right.
getting together and having fun,
Right.
bringing their kids, and
Right.
we want to bring that back. You don't see that anymore.
Right. And so that brings us up to the summer. Going swimming, anchoring out at the cove, down here at the park, at the beach, just doing all these things. But then we get into the fall.
The fall, yes.
Yeah. What are we doing in the fall?
We are going to a festival in Key West,
Florida.
Yes, we're going to have a blast.
We're going to go to
see what that
festival in Florida in the fall, right around Halloween. And that's where I'll be, like the anniversary of Xanadu out here when I moved into this area. So we're going to have some good stuff going on. We'll definitely have to put a video together of that one. And I can give you a little hint. So we've chartered a catamaran out there, so you just wait.
Yes.
We're going to post that for sure. Okay. So that's kind of what we got going on in the future. Then what? Then we get back to holiday season,
Yes, then it's back to holidays.
and then we're back to winter again. So.
I know. Yep.
Oh well. Okay, so next question. Okay, guys, how to join us?
How to be a member.
Okay, how to be a member. Okay, that you can go to our website, sailingintonevada.com, and there's 3 memberships right now where you can join us for a minimal cost, and we go out and prepare all the stuff, take care of you, give you the notification. We're doing a meetup. Come on out. So if you're a member and you're following our channel and you're part of, this sailing club, basically, you're in. You get the notifications, you get all that. We want more people involved. We definitely want to promote this kind of lifestyle. So that's how to become a member with us. And you can go to the website and it'll take you to Patreon. You can do the membership. We have a galley membership where you can just get the recipes, notifications, come out and join us.
Mm-hmm.
You can become shipmate member.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
That's a good one because you get a admission to the summer event.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we say? Probably after the 4th of July, later on when it's hot weather, we guarantee the weather is going to cooperate.
Yeah.
You can become the pirate member with us, and we'll definitely take care of you there, and you'll get all the notifications, everything, and both meetups,
right,
admission, free food, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So we're just creating it this year. It'll be the first annual, and you guys have any questions or comments, put them down below. But
let us know what you think.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's really how to join us on this adventure. Right?
Yes.
This boat, I touched on it. I touched on it a little bit earlier. I've had questions about the boat, so let me give you a little rundown on the boat. We'll have a boat tour video once we get it ship shape, and then you can see everything, and then we'll do that video. But this one, I'll just give you a little highlight. This is a 1983 30-foot Catalina tall rig. So it's got larger sails than the normal rig. They raced them. It was built for cruising and racing in local races. And so this boat here is the 83 is a classic boat. They built these boats, and I think for years they stopped in 2009 on the 30s. And I think they went to like a 31, and everyth's new. This has got all of the teak, the old school wood grain. It's fiberglass boat, but it's got, it has that yacht feel.
Yes.
It's big enough to entertain all the stuff we want to do, like in the salon, the galley, captain's quarter, the head.
Right.
So it has all the amenities you want. Now, in 83, they didn't have all the fancy electronics and everything. So I've done a lot of upgrading for that first year. I put in LED, you can see on the LED, underlighting, colored, change lighting, so I can do a light show, whatever. Put in LEDs. I've gone through the boat and reconditioned, all the major operational stuff, the motors and, a diesel engine. New batteries over here at the navigation station. Put in, a solar charger, a small one just to keep it maintained. New gauges and things like that. Lighting throughout the boat, and I've done some work on all the teak. We have, you have to maintain the teak wood, the rails up top, inside. Like once a year, we're gonna clean it up and stain it and sand it and do all the stuff that sailors do to maintain the boat. However, we are planning to do a lot more upgrades. For one, I've just ordered the solar panels to go up on top, much larger, to run the inverter and everything, so we can have all this out there on the water.
Yes.
So that one's coming. There's more electronic upgrades, but we got to get the power first. I do have a little grill out there on the back rail. I'd like to get a bigger one. I'd like to get some more marine electronics. So we'll see how it goes. Those things add up,
Yeah.
So as we go forward, there is still a ton of upgrades we can do. And then getting ready for the sailing season, there's a lot. We have to get ready now. It's cold, I know. We got to get out there and do it. We've got to get ready, and there's a lot of stuff. Like, we got to put all this stuff up. We can't sail. This will all be on the floor.
Right.
This is these nets, so everything has to have a place, has to have a home. Everything has to be able where it can be battened down for sailing and out on the water. So, yeah, we've been lazy this winter, like all winters out here. We've been, what do I call it? House mode.
House mode, yeah.
Right. But anyway, we've got to get ready.
We've been hibernating. We don't like the cold.
Yeah. Right. So what do you think about getting ready? What do you need to be prepared?
I think I would like to have a bigger mirror in the bathroom.
That's important.
Right. So there is a good mirror in there, but sometimes it's easier if I have a bigger one to do my hair and makeup. And I'm sure all the women who come as guests are going to appreciate that. I'd like to have that.
Okay, good.
I mean, that's really it. As I learn how to do more sailing, and as I learn a lot more, I might have a little more wants come down the road. But right now, that's probably the only one I'm thinking.
Right, everything's good except that need a bigger mirror.
A little bit bigger mirror in the bathroom.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, well, you've already started. You got your new boat bag.
I did get a boat bag because right. I'll have a bag that I bring and have the stuff I need for the weekend. If I forget something, of course I can go back to the house and get it. But yes, I did. I upgraded my boat bag, so I have one bag instead of 5 or however many I used to lug around everywhere I went. There's some got a couple of spaces here for things that would stay here, bathing suits and whatnot. Yeah, we're upgrading clothing.
Right. Oh, yeah. So that's another one.
Eat his food. You'll need more clothes soon.
Yeah. We have...
and not in a bad way, in a good way.
Well, we like to go and do events around town and all that. And dress up.
Yeah.
From anything, costume, different things. I hate wearing the same thing, so... in the summer, when it's hot, I'll pretty much wear my blue jean cutoffs and a tank top and flip-flops. But we go somewhere in the evening or something, I might change, especially in the winter when it's jacket weather.
I know.
So, getting ready means changing all the winter clothes out with the summer clothes.
Right.
Doing all that. So, it's winter time and it's cold. And we've got to get started. We've got to get motivated. So one of the first things we have to do is clean out the garage. Okay. The back part of the boat where everything gets thrown all winter. If you think this is cluttered, try back there. So back in the back, we're going to get and bring all that out and get that under control. And one of the main reasons is the solar system will end up getting mounted back there. I end up getting lithium battery banks. And so little redesign back there on the garage, the aft of the boat. So we're going to have to tackle that and get that done now.
Yeah.
We don't want to put that off and then delay sailing season and getting sun and being out there. Nothing worse than having to adult and do work on the boat when you should be out there in the sun with suntan oil on.
Yeah, agreed.
That would be a waste.
Agreed. Yeah, no.
So that's pretty much, answers most of the questions that we've been asked. Anything else?
I think so recently. You guys let us know what questions you do have.
Right.
Message us or put it down in comments or whatnot, and we'll have this from time to time where we answer. Yes.
Y'all come along.
Come clean with us.
Come on the adventure.
Yes.
And
join us on our adventure.
Right. Yeah. Come along.